Okay, so here's something I've always wanted to tell. Because ever since that Mario teaser trailer came out, and then more trailers, and then more clips and more photos came out, I started to put it out there. I would share posters on my Instagram and Snapchat, and I would post more trailers, more teaser trailers on there too. And then I would do my own voice impression. I did a voice impression of Luigi or Charlie Stay Luigi, and then I also would I dressed up as Mario in the movie theater at one time, and I would never forget that. But here we are, it's 2024 right now, and I've been watching this movie ever since, and I can't keep count. When did I ever, keep count, sorry. I meant to say, I couldn't keep count of how many times I watched this movie. And I feel like I wanted to come on so I could explain, what are my opinions on the Mario movie. And also because I'm planning to do a Super Mario Brothers fan-made movie on my YouTube channel, which is Sean's Spice Entertainment, which I think you should check it out because it's pretty cool. Thanksgiving Carol is definitely on that one too. So anyway, so my opinion on the Mario movie, it's fine. Yeah, come on, it's Illumination. These are the guys that made Despicable Me. And Illumination is one of those companies that are really good at animation, but sometimes they lack story, and sometimes they just do terrible jokes. Mostly like toilet humor, or not like dirty humor all the time, which sometimes doesn't work. But in the Mario movie, it seems pretty decent though. So let me put it like this: as a Mario movie, it is amazing. I take that movie away from the live action movie anytime. But if there's one good thing about the live action movie, it's Bob Hoskins as Mario. I think he does a really good, Brooklyn kind of Mario. But anyway, as a film in general though, it's fine. Yeah, it's pretty fine. It's fine. So I'll admit there are some problems with the movie, which I really think I'm gonna do in the fan-made one. So let's get on with it though. So I think if you know what Mario games are like, then you know that it's usually Mario and Luigi, or if you play the old games, Mario or Luigi. If you do two-player mode, they have to go and save Princess Peach from Bowser, the King of the Koopas. And in this movie, it's a little bit different. Mario is in the Mushroom Kingdom, and it's up to him, with the help of Toad, Princess Peach, Donkey Kong, Cranky Kong, to go save Luigi from Bowser to taking over the Mushroom Kingdom. So clearly, it's not really there's no a story, I would say. It's just it's basically like every Mario game you've ever played. I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of Easter eggs in this game. Easter eggs game movie. So there's a lot of Easter eggs in the movie. My God, I'm kind of in a video game world, but yeah, they're everywhere. There's Mario Easter eggs. Actually, not just Mario Easter eggs. There's a lot of Nintendos. Like for example, the pizzeria that Mario and Luigi start off with, it's a Punch-Out pizzeria, which I never thought it would exist in this world, which I give props to. And then there's also like Pauline, who's the mayor in that one, and then there's Spike, who in that one is based off a four-man Spike from Wrecking Crew. It took me a while to realize that. And then there's just a lot more where that came from. So I'll tell you right now, if you don't know who Mario is, then you won't see these Easter eggs. So you better keep an eye out, video gamers. If you played Mario, then you'll constantly see Easter eggs, and you got to keep your eyes open because they are everywhere. I had to go way back to look at all these Easter eggs, and I played Mario games in my entire life. Wait, not my entire life. I'm joking. Not my entire life. It wasn't until I was in a daycare where I played my first Mario game was Mario Party 7 on the GameCube, and then my second one was Luigi's Mansion, and they kind of just go on from there. But I had to do my deep research on Mario. So yeah. Well, anyway, it's Illumination's Mario, and like I said before, the animation is beautiful. and I actually like them. I like how all the characters are designed for sure. I like Mario, Luigi's design. I love their overall kind of texture. I really do. I love how Princess Peach looks. Yeah, I just like how the movie is animated and how every design works. It's just amazing to look at. And I don't know, I don't know why, but is Mario Darklands a thing? I mean, there could have been more because I don't ever heard of a Darklands before. Maybe it was Super Mario Bros. 3, I guess. Or was it Koopa Island or something? I don't know. Maybe I'll never know. So, we should talk about what everyone talks about every single thing about this Mario movie. It's the cast, the voice cast. And I think it's decent. I think it's a really decent cast. And I'll tell you right now, throughout the whole entire Mario movie, I have two favorite performances in this movie. One is Jack Black as Bowser because, you know, he made Bowser sound big and scary. You know, he's threatening. You know, Illumination. I'm glad Nintendo got involved with Illumination because they didn't want to make Bowser look like a joke. Kind of like what Eggman, in the meta Sonic. Take notes, Sega. I mean, you are taking notes, but I'm glad you're kind of stepping up. You're stepping up and making Eggman not a jokester. But anyway, Jack Black made Bowser sound really scary and everything. But at the same time, he has a crush on Princess Peach, which I think are kind of funny. I mean, can we not forget the peaches, 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 peaches. I could not stop singing that song. But yeah, I love seeing him going back and forth. Being in love with Peach, but also being insecure and trying to be like, if Peach doesn't marry me, I'll destroy the Mushroom Kingdom, which I adore from Jack Black, and he's one of my favorite voice actors. So I'm glad they kind of chose him to play Bowser. And my second favorite performance is Charlie Day as Luigi. Good. I don't know how they did it, but he does a really good job with Luigi. His screams, the way he acts and everything, I don't know. And it took me a while to realize that Charlie Day did Benny from Lego Movie, and I never watched it. It's Always a Sunny Day in Philadelphia, but I kind of went back and was like, okay, this guy really works. And then also, I did not know he voiced Arts from Monsters University, which holy moly, I did not know at the start. So I'm gonna say, Charlie Day is a really good Luigi, and there's nothing you can say you could change my mind with. So then there are two performances that I did not think was gonna go well at first, but after watching the movie and seeing some clips, I was like, okay, surprisingly they did really good. So one of them is Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, because I'll be honest, we all know how Toad sounded like, in the games, which kind of gets annoying at times. I mean, no offense to Samantha and Jen, they are amazing at their performances, but yeah, Toad can get really annoying every now and then. But he does a surprisingly good job. It's the same. It's kind of like a Toad you hear from games, but except it's not really annoying. He puts his own spin on Toad, which is really good. I actually really like it. It kind of reminds me of the one that did in Mario Kart 64. And okay, anyway, now the next one, performance that really surprised me is Chris Pratt as Mario. Yeah, and I'll be honest, I was one of those guys who was not. Was like, once I saw Chris Pratt was going to be Mario, I was like, no, I don't think that's going to work. No, get another voice actor or something. And I'll be honest, my first idea was like, get Danny DeVito as Mario. Because he really kind of works. But I was not paying attention. It took me a while. It took me a while to realize that, Mario was doing a Brooklyn kind of accent. Chris Pratt was doing a Brooklyn accent. Which, I did not believe it at first, but it was one clip from the Game Awards that I saw where Toad was taking Mario to Princess Peach, and Mario was walking around with these bricks, and he said, I think it was, okay, so these bricks are just floating here? And I'm like, oh. I was like, okay, Chris Pratt. I shouldn't have never doubted him from the first. But I'm glad to kind of see that, okay, maybe Chris Pratt can work as Mario, and I'm absolutely right. There's a lot of and I'm wanted to say, I'm kind of glad I changed my heart, after the Game Awards, because I was like, Chris Pratt was, I didn't think it was gonna be a good one, but yeah, he does a really good Mario for sure. So there you have it. And then we got the other cast members. Anna Taylor-Joy as Peach. She's okay. I kind of think Anna Taylor-Joy fits more of a Daisy. Maybe it's just me. I mean, maybe if she goes like a little higher, like the original Peach. I mean, not too high like Samantha or Jen, but like high enough to be like, oh, that's Princess Peach. But yeah, Anna Taylor-Joy's okay. I think I don't know. And then we got Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. He's not bad. It was my actual dream come true that I actually really wanted Seth Rogen to voice Donkey Kong for once in a Mario movie, and I'm glad Illumination cast him as that. But the reason I say he's not bad is that I think his voice works great. I know it's his original voice, but I think it really fits Donkey Kong. So, but I just don't like how the way he was written, and I don't know who the writer of this movie is, but they made Donkey Kong like a jokester. I mean, I don't care if he's a show up, but they made him like a jokester and everything. And I don't know what it is, but I just think he's not bad though. But okay, let's get the other one over with. I think we all can agree that one of the worst cast member in this movie is Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. Which, yeah, I don't think at all he sounds really cranky, and I'm not sure if Fred really sounds interesting when he was in the booth. And I'm not lying, to me, he sounds annoying. He sounds annoying. And I know a lot of people will come to terms with it, and there's a couple people that think, no, he's not annoying, he's just not cranky. Which I know, a lot of people will come at me and say that, but yeah. I'm sure Fred Armisen's a good actor, or maybe an actor, but I think that's when whoever's in charge of the voice direction should be like, we should try a different approach, or get another voice actor to do it, or whatever. But Fred Armisen is not the best Cranky Kong. Actually, not the best Cranky Kong. He's not a good Cranky Kong. So that's what I have to say about him. So Cranky Kong is definitely not the best. And actually, everyone thought that Chris Pratt was going to be the worst, but apparently, everyone was wrong. It was Fred Armisen that was the worst. So, if Mario is not Charles Martinet, who's Italian and everything, my favorite Mario Brooklyn voice is actually Captain Lou Albano from the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. That's my ideal Mario. If he's not, it's me, Mario. Woohoo! You're number one. Hee. He's not. Yeah. If it's Brooklyn or anything, Lou Albano is definitely going to be one of them. He's my favorite one. And Chris Pratt's not, like I said, Chris Pratt is surprisingly good. I know it's his voice, but he's at least trying to sound like Brooklyn. I heard that he was trying to going to do a Tony Soprano, but I don't think the Illumination wanted him to do that, so he had to come up with something. But yeah, I think he still was really good. So I'm not disturbed by it. Okay, so anyway, let's get to there were a couple of problems with the movie, which I think kind of makes me feel like maybe this movie, and actually this is kind of the reason why I'm making the fan movie in the first place. But one of the problems is that the movie is so fast-paced. It's too quick. So there's no slow moments. There's no moments where we keep relate to the character, which I think it's really important in any movie. And yeah, when we get those, if you try to get those slow moments, it just goes to the next scene pretty quickly, which kind of ruins it for me. Number two, Luigi. I think Luigi needs a lot more screen time, and Luigi needs to do something. I mean, he does it in the end, but I think he needs to do more than that. Like, if I did the movie, instead of Luigi getting captured right away, he would explore more to the castle, and then sneak up to Bowser and see what was happening, and then maybe the Shy Guys can capture him. And then when Luigi's in the cage, Luigi tries to find a way to get out of the cage and save everybody. I mean, that's what I would do. But yeah, this is Luigi that really needs to be rewritten. And maybe I would have liked that movie. And the last thing I had a problem with the movie is that I look, I look. I'll tell you right now. Don't come at me, but I think I don't care if Princess Peach is a strong type female leader. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. But you need to do it the right way. Yeah, I mean that's fine, but just okay. Well, here's what I'm getting at. Do you remember that scene where Bowser, offers Peach, will you marry me? And Peach says no, and Bowser threatens Peach to, if you don't marry me, I'm gonna kill all your Toads. And Peach says, okay, I'll marry you. And yeah, so Peach has no choice but to surrender, and she has to marry Bowser. But guess what happens? Guess what happens at the next scene? Guess what happens? Yeah, they let Toad go free. Like he's supposed to be in a cage or something with the others. I think he should be. And Mario's not the one who kind of stopped the wedding. Peach is the one that does it. It's because of that strong female character. Like, that doesn't make sense. You literally just surrendered. You can't do anything else. You can't fight through it. You can't do anything. So usually Peach will wait for Mario, Donkey Kong, or even Luigi. Wait for one of those guys to help stop the wedding. If you haven't seen this right now, I think you really should watch it. This is the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. It's called Do You Take Princess Toadstool? I think it's called. But yeah, it's kind of a similar concept. Peach surrenders and lets Mario and Toad go free. And Peach says, "I'll do anything for you." And Bowser's like, "You will marry me?" And Peach has no other choice but she surrenders and marries, Koopa. So then she waits until Mario, Luigi, and Toad stop the wedding. So those are two different things here, and I think the Super Show does it much better. And look, I'm not against feminism. I'm not against female power. No, I'm not. It's just that this movie needs a lot of needs a lot of work with that. So, when it comes to Princess Peach being a strong type character, it needs to be right. Like, if she surrenders to something, then she can't do anything to save her. She has to wait for somebody else to stop all this. So that's another one of my problems with the movie. Oh, and the other thing I kind of like about this, with this movie, and it gets me to tears a couple times, but having Charles Martinet versus Mario's father is just so heartwarming, and I did not expect this to happen. Happened when Charles Martinet announced that he was gonna, be the Mario ambassador, which means he's no longer the voice of Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, Wario, Baby Mario, Baby Luigi. Like, that caught me, and and we did a video with him, but I can't really show because it's he asked really nicely not to do it, not to post, because I think he had something with Nintendo, and he was very nice, and I couldn't do that, but we met Charles Martinet last summer, and he was really nice and everything, and he did a video with me and my brother, and like I said, I can't show it, but he's still a nice guy. But it's so like, oh my goodness, like, it's so heartwarming to hear that he was Mario's order. Like, he's kind of like accepting that Chris Pratt and Charlie Day are a really good Mario and Luigi. Oh, and let's not forget also, I don't know who this character is, but he's kind of like, that universe is Mario in there, and he's got the original Donkey Kong clothes, the game from 1981, which I love that. He put his own Mario spin in it, and yeah, it's just so heartwarming to see that they got Charles Martinet, not the voice of Mario, but he's so talented at doing other voices other than just like a high Italian. But yeah, it's just so heartwarming to see Charles Martinet, and can't believe that the Mario movie is kind of like his last time doing something Mario related. So he's now like Mario ambassador, and he's gonna keep traveling around the world to see his fans, which is really cute, really kind. So my final thoughts on the Mario movie is that like I said, I think it's a fine film. As a Mario movie, amazing. I feel like if Mario had a story, I think it would have been like, not as fast paced and everything, and also we should keep the Mario movie like slow and everything so we can understand one another. Hunter. I really think it's probably better that way. And the cast is decent. Just change Anna Taylor-Joy's Peach a little bit. Do some rewriting on Donkey Kong's voice, and probably get another voice for Cranky Kong with me. And then you can keep that strong female type character for Peach. Just make sure you do it. Make sure you do it right. If she doesn't, if she can't do anything, then she has to give up Give more Luigi screen time. Get him to do something. Get him to do something more. And then I think that will be it though. But I would like to hear your thoughts about the Mario